What's up, guys? Mightymoob back here. Um, so today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what happened before, like leading up to getting into care, and just the kind of thoughts and feelings of me, like when I just first went into care as well. Um, just going to talk a bit about like my background, my upbringing, just kind of giving you guys an idea of like just why I went into care. A lot of people ask me quite often, like, but some people find it hard to ask me. But I'm the type of person where if somebody asks me, I'll just tell them. I'm not really, I don't really hold back, and like I like to get it across because then people will understand. Like they see that I'm an okay guy usually. I think hopefully. Um, and then I try and let them know that like I kind of grew up in care and stuff like that. Um, just I just like to get kind of get it out there so that like it's out there basically. Um, so yeah, let's start with like when I was younger, I was like a really hyperactive kid basically. Um, like I was always wanting to do something, always had a lot of energy, so much energy, um, and basically like didn't really I did misbehave, but it wasn't like, yeah, I just had so much energy like all the time. um, and then there's part of my life where I got I did get abused by a close relative. It's going to be rough for me not to say names and stuff, but I'm going to just not say any names, like because I just don't want to get involved, I don't want any hassle really. So I'm not going to say names or anything like that. But yeah, I got abused by a close relative at the time, and it wasn't any sexual abuse or that. It was I got thrown up the hall and broke my collarbone. I got like put in a scalding hot shower. I got like lifted up by the ears and like bruised all around my neck. That was like how it first got found out and got started really. Was I went into primary, I think it was primary one, it might have been primary two, but it was one of the first kind of days back after a holiday, and I had bruising all around my neck, and the teacher was like, "Whoa, what's the fuck's going on here?" And she called in my mum, and I never said anything. I was obviously too scared at the time. I never, yeah, I was just like I never kind of said anything to my mum about it or anything. She was all I think she was out at the bingo when it happened basically. Um, and yeah, that's all just coming in just now. Um, but yeah, that's basically the kind of things that happened to me. There might have been more stuff, but that's the kind of ones that I actually remember. Um, well, remember more vividly. There'll probably be a lot of stuff that I go back to and come back to and things like that. But yeah, so that happened. I then moved house. Like I'm like basically straight away. I ended up telling my mum eventually, when we were in the school, and then she was so fucking angry and she like, yeah, like shit hit the fan from there. Like didn't even go back to the house. Never like seen that person, again for years. I see them now, which is like, it is what it is. It's just whatever. Like it's not gonna do fuck all now, but um, but yeah, and so after that we ended up moving like away to a different town. So like I never got to see, like I just kind of got taken away from all my kind of friends that I'd made here, um, uh, and then I got taken away to like a different kind of area as well. That was with my mum basically. So I was still with my mum at this point. We moved up to a hostel in Cumnock, and then we ended up getting a house back in New Mills, in Guildford, which wasn't the best areas, but it was what it was. It was away from me getting hit and hurt and whatever. So after that happened, after I got like after I got away from that situation. I'm at now like now I think what like I got more aggressive towards like my mum or my just kind of it was mostly my mum, to be honest. I think it was like I basically took all my kind of anger out on her. I didn't realise at the time. Like obviously I'm looking back and evaluating like situations and stuff like that, but I never realised at the time. But I took all my anger out on my mum, and like I would throw shit at her, punch her, kick her, and she would never lay a hand on me. And this kind of went on for like progressively probably got worse for like maybe a year and a half, maybe two. I don't know the kind of timeline that much. But then there was one day that I went into school, and my mum had fuck. Sorry, I've just drank a Big Mac milk. I ate one of the new Grande Big Macs and had one of the milkshakes. But yeah, so I went into school. My mum went and spoke to social work. She was like, guys, like I'm really really struggling here. Like today I thought I was gonna hit him, and then so they were like, right, thanks for coming to us. Like you did the right thing, everything like that. And then they tried to figure out something that could work for everybody, so that like we could just kind of try and build a better relationship a little bit and things like that. So I ended up going and staying with my auntie and my cousins. That was the kind of first thing. I went and stayed there. That was for about timeline and that maybe 4 or 5 months. So like I was off. That was like me switching school again. I was off school for maybe like 3 months or something. 2 months, 3 months. And then I went and I moved to my cousin's school. So I went into my cousin's school, made some new friends there. Eventually kind of got it was a great time, to be honest, man. Honestly, that was like a good time in like my life. I was with my cousin. It was like he was like Darren was like my brother. Say I'm not saying names, but we were like brothers back then. Not so much now, but we still got on, obviously. Just not as close. But after that, I was so when it all kind of went down, I was I was playing tennis, and my mum came to visit me, and whilst I was playing tennis, that's kind of where I would kind of see my mum and meet her whilst I was playing tennis, and that's kind of basically I was really interested in tennis at that time. I'm going to go off on tangents as well, guys. Sometimes I'll just try and pull myself back every time I do it. But yeah, so I was playing tennis. Finished my match. My mum come over. I was speaking to my mum, and she was like, "Me and your auntie have had a falling out." So I don't know if that's the kind of the true real like story, but that's kind of what got said to me at the time. I think it's maybe different now, but I'm not gonna go into that. But yeah, so they had fallen out, and then kind of social worker had came, and they said, "How do you feel about going and like staying with somebody else? It's just gonna be a couple of weeks. It'll be like a family. You just go there." And I'm just me. Like I've kind of always kind of been like the whatever. Like what am I meant to do? I can't really do anything. Don't have much of a choice or a voice or anything. But I'm just like yeah, like. So we get like a few things. Pack a few things like some clothes and stuff. Not really that much things. And then we drive for like it's like 30 miles away drive from like Kilmarnock to Newcomnock, and then I get like I walk in, there's the dogs chilling, my two carers are sitting there. Really, really nice people. At that time, I was just in such a, trying to think, like, I was just like, when am I going to see my, so like, not only have they took me away from my mum, they've now took me away from my auntie, and now I'm staying with these strangers. So at that time I was like fuck man, what's even going on? My mind was in like just going like 50,000 miles an hour. Like, am I ever gonna see them again? Like why didn't he stay? There's no chance I can even like go back and see them. Like, there's no like, when am I gonna see my mum? Just total crying, feeling sick, just like sweating and not sleeping at all. Just like, there was like bunk beds, so I would go on. I was the only one in my room. I did get a room to myself, which was pretty cool. Had a telly, like, it was nice. Bailey the dog, he was really fucking OP. The house was nice, clean. They treated me like, they treated me so well. Sometimes I would obviously was a little shit. I used to just, everybody's like that when they're younger, just doing like stupid things and saying stupid stuff. I was never doing anything like bad, but yeah, when I first went in, I just kind of lay in the top bunk and just cried and cried for probably like a week, maybe two. And then I was told it was only going to be 2 weeks. 9 years later, or something roughly that, and that's when I left. But I left as such a better person. But I'll go into more detail about like like stories and things that happened when I was in care, different kind of people that I met and stuff like that. But the first kind of things that I remember of like just going into care, was my carers they were awesome. I thought like at the time that it was so shit though. Like, when I went in, like, I wasn't allowed to kind of go out when I wanted or like, I had to come in at certain times. I had to, but like, I had to get up at a certain time. I wasn't allowed to get up earlier or later. I would like, but it was getting me into like a normal routine, and like getting me, yeah, like everything that they were supposed to do, they done basically. Like, there is some cases where like you just I got really lucky to get the carers I got. There'll be stories about other situations and different carers not being the perfect kind of people, but yeah. And I remember like the kind of first time I kind of left the house. My carer took me out, just like took me like out the back. It's kind of, we called it a waste at the time. It was just like a kind of huge bit of land with like some bushes and some grass, and just like play some football. Or I know there was so much stuff, like hide and seek and whatever. But I ended up, she took me down, and the boys were playing football. Took me down, introduced me, and then that was it from there. I was, yeah, just, that's basically how sport got introduced. Like, I was always good at sport before I went in, so when I had the chance to show the new people and kind of show off that I was like good at something, like, that kind of got me like straight into like a kind of safety group of friends, if that makes sense. Like, I never realised that at the time as well, but now looking back, like, that was probably like one of the things that's probably like the thing that's helped me through the full case, through all the schools, through like especially through the academy, through all the highs, lows, whatever. Like sport was always, I was just always known to be good at sport, so that kind of helped me along. And I'm sure that participating in the sport and having a healthy lifestyle definitely helped me through those times as well without realising it as well. But yeah, that's basically the kind of story of me going into care from a young age, basically. So if there's any questions or anything, or you guys want anything else, just let me know. I'll be posting some more videos like this, just going through my thoughts and feelings, and hopefully we can build up a wee bit of a bigger audience, and people that were in care can hopefully get a wee bit of help from this at the same time that I'm setting up my sports group. I've had 2 meetings now with the active schools coordinator or one of them for East Ayrshire. Well, she's kind of really based, I think, in Kilmarnock, but whatever. And I've now got my PVG sorted. It's getting sorted as we speak, basically. Criminal conviction form, basically. So what I'm going to do at the start is I'm going to be volunteering for Vibrant Communities. It means I get all this kind of stuff done. And then what we've kind of planned is for me to go into the local homes at the minute. Like, kind of first off, there's like 3 like children's care homes. Go in, speak to the kids, see what kind of sports they like or want to play or are interested in getting involved in. Then what I'll do is I'll go and find groups and sports groups of that, like find what they want. Breathe, for fuck's sake. And then I'll basically phone them up, call them up, say to them, look, is it okay if I bring along a few kids that from the care system? I'll be with them, make sure everything's okay, and then I'll go pick them up, take them to the sports groups. Then once I've got enough, after that I can go into schools or just go into like other kind of houses or groups of kids that are looked after. And then there might be so some people and some of the kids might want a group where it's just kind of them, like just looked after and accommodated children, or I think most of the children will just really want to be a part of like just like any normal sports group, just like go and kind of join in with one of them. And yeah, I'm basically there just to show everybody that it's just everybody's just a human, just a normal. Everybody's got their own past, their own stories, but at the end of the day, like, shit happens, but I'm basically here to try and clear up that shit a little bit and let people know that just because of your background and your upbringing, that doesn't mean you're a shit person, or like you should have a stigma about you, or people should judge you, no matter if it's care or just any kind of upbringing, like with any sort of disability or anything like that. I just just want to help people feel as if they're wanted and feel as if they're important, and just not feel like, make them like, do you know what I mean? Just help people out and have a good time. And yeah, so me being able to do these videos for you guys, it's going to bring up some crazy things, crazy memories from me, like out the blue, like picking them out my head. And yeah, can't wait to share stuff with you. You guys will get any questions. Thanks so much for the kind of support. And long may it continue, guys. I'll post a tweet with what the next video is going to be. So if you keep an eye on my Twitter, it's at the bearded moob. My Instagram is Mightymoob. I'm going to start posting more on there. I'm going to go live quite a lot on Twitch as well, so twitch.tv/Mightymoob. If you want to see me there, I'll just be playing some video games on my phone, just having a laugh and chilling out. If there's any questions, or if any of you guys that have been in care or are in care just now, you guys want to come and ask me any questions or get any advice or anything, just hook me up in one of those things, and I'll see if I can help you out. And if I can, I'm sure I can find somebody who can. So thanks so much for you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And let's just help people and get on with life, guys. Peace.